you can see from the title of this video, this is not really going to be a tutorial per se. This is actually going to be a product review, and I'm going to show you how to make a few things with this new product that I got. And I got this as an early birthday present from Schuyler. So, as a lot of you know, when I do my cards, I usually make my envelopes as well. And I recently found a website or a blog and a YouTube channel that will show you how to make envelopes using the envelope punch board by We Are Memory Keepers, and it looks like this. And you can take this to make envelope boxes for your dimensional cards. So you basically put in the depth of how thick you want your envelope to be so that you can insert your 3D dimensional card. And I've done this already on previous videos. I will link you to those videos down in the description bar. I might even put a little video up here in the corner of this video. But this is what I basically use for my making my envelopes. Well, I was watching a video one day for some CHA products that were coming out, and We Are Memory Keepers was coming out with a envelope punch board, and it also made pennants, and it made bows and boxes. So Schuyler and I were talking about it, and I said as soon as that came out, I actually sent her the link to the video so she could check it out, because I knew she had this envelope punch board as well. And I knew she sometimes does three-dimensional cards. Now, she doesn't have YouTube videos out there, but I'm trying to convince her to do that, but she hasn't done it yet. So we were discussing it, and I said as soon as that comes out, I'm going to purchase it. Well, she actually surprised me, and they were advertising it on HSN when they had a HSN craft day, and she sent me a text message and said, don't purchase this, because she knew I was going to. I said as soon as it came out I was going to buy it, but she texted me and said, don't purchase this, I've already purchased it for you as an early birthday present. So I have gotten it, and it came in this box. So I've kind of already opened it up. So I'm just going to open it up so you can see how it was packaged. So here is the pennant board for you to make pennants. And it looks like this. And I am going to demo this today. And also what came with this as well. So we'll move this cardboard out of here. Is you have your instruction manual, and this shows you how to make envelopes, these bows, and your pennants, and actually some other little things too. So we're not going to make everything on here. We'll probably do the envelopes for sure, and then we'll do the 3D envelope or the box envelope, and we'll do probably a bow. And if I have time or decide to, I'll do a box as well. I may split this up into more than one video. It depends on how long it takes me to do this. So you also get this card that you can download, free envelope generator app, and you can do this to your Android phone or go to the Apple store. And what this is this kind of works like the website that I found, where you put in the size of the width of your card and the height of your card, and it tells you how to cut your paper and where to score at. So I've got to set this up on my iPhone and my iPad. And then you get some instructions on how to make a banner for using the punch board banner. And then you get some additional product information, such as the score. Why don't we go ahead and pull the actual board out. So the way this works is you're going to open it this way, and you have something on here. Oh, let me move this over to here. You'll have something on here. Let's see if I can get this all in the camera. I kind of got some stuff in the way here, so over on this side, and I'm going to just zoom in a little bit so you can see it. So on this side here is where you have your dimensions for your envelope, your bow, and your boxes. And this on the side over here is where you do your actual scoring. So, and it folds like this, and then down in here you have, here, let me open that back out. You have your little scoring tool. This looks like this. And actually, all of the Wii memory keepers, and that's what I like about this company, all of their boards do come with your scoring tool. So, if you have more than one of their products, which I definitely do, and you lose your scoring tool, so here's my scoring board, which is kind of big, so I can't get it all in the camera. My scoring board, cutting board, which looks like this, and it just folds like for easy keeping. And then there's another score tool. So you do get the scoring tool with each one of their products. And then it also came with an additional piece for, I believe this is for the metrics. Or I guess just an extra one of these measurements, just in case you need one. Which I think, let me open this up and make sure. Yes, this is for metric system. And this one that's on the board itself is just US measurements. So they do give you that as well. And they give you that with all of their tools, as a matter of fact. And then also that came with this package was some washi tape. And it's 2 rolls of washi tape that has different things on there, like the send to and the from. And then you have another roll that has please deliver to, special delivery, and some other things on there. And then it also came with some twine. And then it also came with a We Are Memory paper pack. So I'm going to move this box out of the way. So you have this paper pack, and I believe this paper is double-sided, which it is. And we're not going to use this today because I'm saving this paper for something else. We're just going to use some just regular old, probably paper from one of my other paper packs. So you have this cardstock that also came with it. So thank you, Schuyler, for my early birthday present. So now I'm going to go ahead and put all this stuff away, and we're going to start off by making an envelope. So let's make an envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this paper pack, this 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, to make our first envelope. So we're just going to make just a small envelope. We're not going to do anything fancy. This is just, like I said, we're doing a product review, and we're going to see how well this works compared to my other envelope maker, which is also by We Are Memory Keepers. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my scoring tool right away. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and make right here on your measurement, you will go ahead and look at what card size you have. So let's say we're going to make a card that is, we'll say 3 by 5. So I'm going to zoom in. I don't mean to make anyone dizzy, but if you look at this, the 3 by 5, which is right here, it's telling you to cut it, your paper size, 7 inches. So you're going to cut a piece of cardstock that measures 7 by 7. And I'm going to just pull out any old sheet of paper out of here. We'll get something that's probably something that I wouldn't use as an envelope. They all are such pretty papers. Why don't we take this one? This has a one-way design on it, but that's okay. So we'll take out our paper, and remember it said to cut our paper 7 inches. So I'm going to get out my paper trimmer, and I'm going to open it up. And these have locks on the back of here, so you just go ahead and you lock that. And I'm going to move back again. You're probably going to think you're on a roller coaster. I keep moving in, back and forth. And I'm going to cut my paper, so you open this out. When you have this end closed, this is for scoring. This end opens out, this is for cutting. So I need to cut my paper. I'm going to turn it around so I can at least get some of that design in there, even though we probably won't be using this envelope. So I need to cut my paper 7 one way, and then we need to cut it 7 the other way. Now, here's a good product idea for We Are Memory Keepers. If they could take and make the cutting board, the scoring board, and the envelope punch board all as one tool, that would be fantastic. Then you would only have to have one tool. So, just an idea if anybody from We Are Memory Keepers is watching this video, which I doubt. So, we'll go ahead and make this 7. So now we have our piece of paper that measures 7 by 7. So we're going to go ahead and put our score paper trimmer away. And that just folds up like that. And you just close it. And then we'll bring out the new scoring board, which looks like this. And we're going to open this out. Now, we have to remember that it's telling me that I need to make my first score mark at 2 3/4. And you probably can't see that. And I'm not going to zoom the camera in to show you that because I don't want to keep making people dizzy. So I'm going to find my 2 3/4 mark on my paper trimmer. I'm sorry, on my scoreboard. And that is right there. And I'm going to move down because I really want you to be able to see this now. So I hope it's not too blurry. But that is my 2 3/4 mark right there. Showing right there. So now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to punch. So I've made my first punch, and now I'm going to make my first score mark. Now you're probably wondering, how do you know which score mark to put this in? Well, on this side it says envelope score, and envelope score line. So the orange lines are for you if you're going to do a box. You would do the orange lines, and if you're going to do a envelope, you're going to use these lines. So now, I actually probably shouldn't have taken that out of there, but now in the past I've scored here on this side. Okay, everybody, I just wanted to make sure I was scoring this right because there is a score line over here for A, but we'll worry about that later. So my score mark is right here. So I'm going to put my tool in here and just go ahead and score. So that's my first score mark. So now the next thing you're going to do is just rotate this, and you're going to line up your score mark with the score mark over here. So your score mark is right here, and you're going to line your tool up right here or I'm sorry, you're going to line the score mark up right up against this one. And then you're going to go ahead and score again. So I'm going to go down. First you need to punch. Don't forget to do that. And then you'll just score right here. So then you'll rotate it again, and you'll line your score mark up once again with this space over here, or this score mark over here, and this score are going to line up with each other. And then you're going to punch your 2, and then you're going to score again. And then once again you'll rotate and line up your score mark with that notch. That's what I meant to call it. I couldn't think of a name. And then you'll score up. Don't forget to punch. And then you'll score again. So now you have all of your score marks. So then you just basically, I'm going to move this out the way, and you'll just start folding. So you'll fold on your score marks, and you'll fold this up. Now, this one, from what I can see, does not, at least I don't see it, has the little round mark on the back here, like the original We Are Memory Keepers. It has a, they're calling it a reserve punch back here in the back. And what I use that for is, if I want to round off my points, I just hit that and then it rounds off my points. Now I didn't see that on here, and it's possible that they didn't include that one with this. They didn't include that with this one, because I don't see it. So, but that's okay. I mean, I got the other scoreboard if I want to do that, or I can just leave it as a point. So then we'll just go ahead, and if you want to take some glue or tape, I normally typically glue them, but today we're just going to use some tape because these are just product demos. And I put a little tape along here, and then we just close it up. And then we fold this over, and you have your envelope. It's not bad. So that is an envelope that measures for a, let's see, 3x5 card. And it looks like this. So now let's make an envelope box. And this would be for if you're doing if you have a three-dimensional card and you need a little room to fit your envelope in. And as we know, most of my cards are three-dimensional. So one thing I also wanted to point out is right here, this actually says score groove. So after you make your score mark and you've punched, you will line your score mark that you've made up against this notch here, which basically says score groove. I didn't say what that was called earlier, but I wanted everybody to know that that's what that is. So you would line your score right up in that groove there, and then you would just score down to make your next score mark. So now we're going to make an envelope box. Let's go with a 3 by 6.5 inch card. So once again, we'll get out some of our paper here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my paper, and then I'll come back and we'll start making the envelope box. Okay, everybody, so I've cut my paper, which measures 8 inches by 8 inches, because on our board it says if your card is 3 inches by 6.5 inches, that you should cut your paper 8 inches, and you're going to make your first score mark at 2 3/4. So we're making our score mark at the same size and point that we made the previous score mark for our other envelope. So let's find the 2 3/4 on our scoreboard, and you'll go ahead and you'll punch, and then you'll line up and score. Now, the next thing that you're going to have to do is, and let me make sure I'm back far enough, okay. So, there is also another score mark that you're going to have to do. And in the instructions it tells you that if you're making the envelope boxes, you need to also score at envelope score line B. So we're going to go over to the next one, which is right here, and we're going to score. So now it's okay if it doesn't go all the way down. So then we'll rotate, and what we'll have to do is we'll have to line up. Now you're only going to have to line up just the one score mark, and you'll punch, and then you'll go ahead and once again you'll score line A, and then you'll also score line B. So, and then you'll rotate again, and you'll just line up your score line, the very first score line, and punch, and then you'll score again. You'll score A, and you'll score B. Now you won't be able to see those, but as long as you get your tool within those notches, you should be okay. And as I said, it won't go all the way down to the end of the paper, but that's okay. So now we'll rotate again and line up our score mark, and we'll punch, and then we'll score both of those again. And then that's it. So then you have your score marks. So now what you'll do is, once again, you'll go ahead and you're going to fold on your score marks. So now you should have two, because you want that depth there so that you can have your three-dimensional card. And then you'll score again, and I do believe, let's see if that works. They didn't say whether or not they wanted you to cut that little square out, but I do believe you're supposed to. Okay, everybody, now the instructions did not tell you to do this, but I felt this was the only way to get this where it would be squared off and come out where it would not have a little point here on the side. So what I did was, and this is, I probably did this because this is how you do the envelopes that you make if you just have the regular We Are Memory Keeper board and you're making these 3D envelope boxes. So I went ahead and cut out the pieces that were right here. I just cut that away, and I'm going to even this up a little bit, and I kind of cut it right on the score mark. And I did that for all of the sides, so that when you go ahead and fold in, you have that corner that's folded like so. Now, because this is paper, it's not going to fold nice and neatly, but it folds in like so, and then you can add your tape, so, or your glue, or whatever you want to put on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some Tombow on here, and we'll close this end up. Like so, and then we'll do our other side. And then you can fold down, and then you have your box envelope. That way you can put your three-dimensional card in there. So it looks like that. And it looks like this on here. Of course, I would do this a little bit better, but this is just for a product demo. So there is your 3D envelope and your regular envelope using your We Are Memory Keeper 1-2-3 punch board. So now stay tuned for the next video, because in that video we're going to make some bows and we'll make a box. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.